Okay, should FA Cup replays be scrapped? This debate has been going on now for several years. Now we know they've scrapped replays after the fourth round, so there's only FA Cup replays until this round in the competition anyway. Should they be scrapped altogether? If you're not going to have them in the later rounds, should they be scrapped altogether? They used to have replays for the semi-final and final and quarter-finals. They've slowly been scrapping them as the years have gone by. Over the last 20 years, 20, 30 years, they've been scrapping. They scrapped the final replay first, then they scrapped the semi-final replays, and now they've scrapped quarter-final replays. Should we just get rid of the replays altogether? Would that be a better solution than having replays up to the fourth round? Opinion is split on this, but I think the best feedback you can get is asking the fans. Players want to play. Managers have to be mindful of the fixture congestion, and chairmen obviously are looking at the bank balance. So opinion is very much split. Club chairmen and club owners are very mindful of the bank balance, especially a lower league club with smaller revenue streams. They're looking at the cup runs their teams could have and the amount of money that's earned the club, and going, actually, I don't mind a replay. Whereas the manager, his employer, is like, but I've got to look after this playing squad. We have a limited playing squad because of limited funds. Injuries could ruin our league campaign, and the players obviously want to play and put themselves, if they're especially from a lower league club, in the shop window and highlight their skills and what they're capable of. But I think it's generally, I think in this case, the fan feedback has to be of vital input, because what we've seen in the third round was crowd numbers were down across the board, low crowds at some Cardiff, Carlisle, half-empty stadium. So crowd numbers are a concern. Let's not pretend that's not happening. The League Cup has been having dwindling crowds for a long time as well. And this is not just an English thing. If you go across into Europe, the French League, for example, is scrapping their version of the League Cup. So the domestic cup competitions anyway have been devalued by UEFA since the scrapping of the Cup Winners' Cup 20 seasons ago, 20 years ago, at the end of the 90s. They scrapped the Cup Winners' Cup, which I think was a fatal error in the direction UEFA took with European Cup competitions, because now we have the rebranded UEFA Cup, which is now the Europa League, and you have the Champions League, and they want to fiddle with the formats of both those and bring in a third cup competition. They should have left the Cup Winners' Cup alone, because that allowed teams to really fight for a trophy who otherwise wouldn't have got into Europe, and it created a bigger showcase of European club talent than what we currently have. As it stands, though, I think fan feedback is going to be very, very vital. Crowd numbers, again, there are some grounds that have a lot of empty seats, and this is something that is an ongoing trend. Are fans switching off the FA Cup like they switched off the League Cup? Does it not mean as much to fans anymore? Is there now an apathy amongst fan base? Because if the FA wants to scrap replays entirely, or keep reducing the number of replays, so let's say to the third round only, or the second round, or the first round, they want to get rid of replays altogether, or reduce, when the replays come in, and cut back replays from let's say they cut replays from the fourth round to the third round only, and that's it. That's when the Premier League and Championship clubs join. Fan feedback is going to be crucial, because they're the ones who are paying the money week in, week out to go to games. And if the third round had lower than last year's attendance, which was lower than the year before's attendance, it says to me that there is a long-term decline and an apathy amongst fans for the cup competitions. Are fans paying too much for the cup for all the tickets? Because ticket price, again, is another thing. That's another game fans have got to get to and pay money for. And over the last decade, you could say that the average bloke in the street, average woman in the street, average family has less disposable income than they did a decade ago. Economical and political effects have happened. Things have happened economically, socially, and politically over the last decade or so that has affected people's finances. Yet football seems to keep making stupid amounts of money when the average person has seen wage cuts, wage freezes, or low wage growth, so they can't afford to pay for tickets. So ticket pricing is another thing. But replays, the questions there, fixture congestion, winter break, they've also come up. There's a split opinion amongst ex-players. Dion Dublin's view is, I always wanted to play. Gary Lineker's view is, on the BBC, is it's a bygone era. We're the only league to still have, the league system to still have replays in the cup competitions. No one else does it. So there's a split opinion. There'll be opinions split between managers, chairmen and players as well. But I think the fans is a crucial point, because they're the ones who go to games. And if they don't want to go to games anymore, for replays, or then there's an apathy there. Fan feedback is going to be crucial if the FA is to continue to scrap replays. But there we go. I'm going to leave that there. Thank you very much for watching. It's an open-ended debate. Place your comments in the comment section below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon after the Man City Fulham game. I'll do a match review on that, and the Shrewsbury Liverpool game. I'll do a match review on that as well. So there'll be a couple more videos coming today. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.